In today's episode of Quake Answers, we're talking champions. Who should you unlock first, and who's meta right now? Before we get started, a quick answer for Frozen Droplet, who also asked about field of view in his question. I play at 120 personally, and I generally don't recommend going a whole lot higher than that. Most fights in this game aren't point blank, and if 120 degrees of vision is not more than enough for you to have proper situational awareness, then you have problems. You gotta focus on that, rather than going any bigger on your field of view, in my opinion. My general advice is to keep it as low as you can reasonably stand in order to help you aim better. You want your targets to appear as large as possible to help you hit them with more consistency. Anyways, back on topic. Champions. Who's best, and who is most important to purchase first? For starters, I always recommend playing Ranger exclusively to really learn the fundamentals of the game. Even if other champions are on free rotation, or you have favor just burning a hole in your pocket, my main recommendation is to just stick with Ranger. He is, always has been, and probably always will be a top tier champion thanks to his active ability being unbelievably strong. And if you want to hear more about why that is, I have a guide on Ranger that you can check on the description box down below or the annotation up in the top right of your screen here. Once you've had enough of Ranger though, the next two champions that you should buy in my opinion are Galena and then Visor, in that order. These two champions are top tier right now and aren't showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. Galena in particular is going to be phenomenal due to her team healing and safety when caught out of position thanks to her totem ability. Now let's break that down. Whenever you drop a totem, you and each of your teammates may separately heal from it once each for 50 health each. If you drop a new totem, any other totem still on the map will be refreshed, offering a new heal for each team member. If you've got 3 totems down at the same time, this heal is buffed to provide overheals for you and your team, and your next totem is going to hit for 100 damage instead of 75. All of this is invaluable for a team, all the while Galena is no worse at combat than any other medium champion like Visor, for example. In fact, Galena's totem can be used as a panic button to provide yourself with a free 50 health heal, and if you're especially crafty, you could use the totem itself as cover to block even further damage from your opponent. Galena is one of the few champions where being caught off guard isn't an instant death sentence. For these reasons, she's far and away my #1 pick for your first champion purchase. She's simply too good not to play. If you've already got Galena, and you're ready to move on to the next champion in the list, Visor is the next purchase for you. When strafe jumping, he's faster than any other medium champion, while simultaneously having an identical health stack and damage output. His ability is literally a wall hack, which cheaters have used to great success throughout the history of FPS. You get this as a base function of your character, no cheats required, so pretty obvious pickup, right? Visor is all but a must pick in competitive game modes right now, since the information his piercing sight provides is so invaluable, and by the same token, Galena also happens to be all but a must pick. The ability to hit crazy free railgun shots thanks to Visor's infrasight, or predict an opponent coming around a corner, is oftentimes worth much more free damage than a direct offensive ability might provide you. What would you rather have? A Ranger Dire Orb that deals 100 or less damage in a situation where you're already being engaged upon and you're reacting, or a wall hack that lets you hit a free railgun for 90 before a fight even starts, pushing your opponent off their trajectory and punishing them before they even realize what's happening? Okay, maybe I'm underrating Dire Orb a little bit, but as good as the ability actually is, and if I was to be a little more fair in the situations, as amazing as that ability actually is, I'm still personally going to take Piercing Sight first every single time. The ability to have that knowledge at the press of a button, or the ability to create a fight my opponent would never otherwise expect at the press of a button, is unbelievable. Using an orb is cool, it's free damage, it's free mobility, it's absolutely great, I don't mean to downplay it, but man, Piercing Sight is on that same level, and that's what I'm trying to get at, is Ranger is amazing, but so is Visor. Anyways everyone, I hope that all of that helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you've learned something new. If you've got any burning questions about Quake that you'd like to see answered in a future episode of Quake Answers, please leave them in the comment section down below for next time. See you soon. Take care.